The NFL looks like a tight, professional, billion-dollar operation on the outside. But once you peek inside the rulebook, it starts feeling like a fever dream written by lawyers trapped in a Buffalo Wild Wings. You think I'm joking? Let's start with the celebration rules. Players are allowed to spike the ball into the ground after scoring a touchdown. They can flex, they can shout, they can even dance. But if a player pretends the ball is a phone, that's 15 yards. Want to rock the ball like a baby? Flag, use the ball as a prop in literally any creative way. Penalty. But slamming it into the turf like you're trying to summon the football gods? Totally fine. The NFL, where rage is encouraged, but imagination is banned. Here's another gem. At the coin toss, before the game even starts, only one captain is allowed to speak to the referee. If more than one captain talks, that's a 15-yard penalty. For excessive leadership, imagine losing field position because your team was too enthusiastic about introductions. Now, according to Rule 5, Section 4, Article 1, players can't use foreign objects to distract opponents. A guy once wore shiny, reflective tape on his gloves. Not because he was cheating, just because it looked cool. The refs made him remove it. Too distracting. You can concuss a man, but please don't offend his pupils. If a player intercepts the ball in the end zone and kneels, that's a touchback. But if he celebrates before kneeling, that's a live ball. He can get tackled. All because he got a little too excited. Imagine being punished for enthusiasm, a sport built around it. On to equipment rules. Players aren't allowed to wear hard objects like metal or jewelry. Makes sense, safety-wise. But in 2013, a player was penalized for wearing a tinted visor on his helmet. The official reason? We need to see their eyes, not to check for injuries, just to see them. Because reading a cornerback's soul is obviously more important than protecting his retinas. Speaking of visibility, coaches are banned from using personal tablets on the sideline. Yes, even if it's the exact same model the league provides. Has to be the league-issued one, or it's considered unauthorized tech. So go ahead and design a 300-page playbook. Just don't bring your iPad. Now brace yourself because excessive kneeling is a real penalty. Not during the anthem, this one's in gameplay. Quarterbacks kneel all the time to end games. That's legal. But if a player kneels to burn clock and the refs think he's being too dramatic, that's 15 yards. You can run full speed into a wall of muscle, but kneel with flair, absolutely not. Then there's the legendary fair catch confusion. To signal a fair catch, you wave your hand over your head. But the NFL has rules about how high and clear that wave has to be. Too low, it doesn't count. Too vague, doesn't count. Too slow, doesn't count. So yeah, in the middle of a sprint, you're expected to perform the perfect interpretive arm gesture. Or else you get clobbered. Now this one's just absurd. The NFL employs official turf inspectors. Their job is to inspect grass and paint before kickoff. In 2001, a game was literally canceled because the painted logo at midfield didn't dry fast enough. It was deemed too slippery. Imagine explaining that to 70,000 fans. Sorry folks, game's off. The Buffalo's too glossy. Let's talk about blocking field goals. Players are allowed to leap over the offensive line to block a kick, but only if they don't land on anyone. So if you clear 5 dudes like a ninja and land on your feet, legal, land on your own teammates' shoulder pads, 15 yards. Apparently the NFL trusts physics, but not piggyback rides. Quarterbacks are allowed to throw the ball away if no one's open, but only if they're outside the tackle box, also called the pocket. What counts as outside the pocket? 1 step. Literally 1 sidestep makes the difference between a legal throw and intentional grounding. The ball could land in the same spot either way, but it's legal now because the QB moonwalked first. Let's get into one of the dumbest ones, clapping. Defensive players aren't allowed to clap if it might mimic the quarterback's snap cadence. So you can grunt, yell, bark like a dog, no problem, but a single clap, that's a penalty. Welcome to the NFL, where clapping is banned, but growling is strategic communication. Uniform violations are a whole mess of their own. You can't wear gold cleats unless they're team approved. You can wear pink gloves for breast cancer awareness, but gold shoes for personal flair? Absolutely not. Express yourself. Get fined. Rule 12, Section 2, Article 6. You're not allowed to place any objects near the field boundary. This includes towels because they might confuse the refs about where the field ends. Not even making that up. The NFL doesn't trust billion-dollar referees to distinguish grass from Gatorade bottles. And then we reach the football move rule. If a receiver catches the ball, takes 2 steps, but doesn't make a football move, incomplete. What's a football move? No one knows, not the refs, not the players. Certainly not the announcers. It's been used to reverse touchdowns in playoff games. Because the guy didn't move football-y enough. And finally, the grand finale, goalpost dunks. Dunking the football over the crossbar after a touchdown used to be legal. Then one guy bent the goalpost by like an inch. And the NFL banned it forever because nothing ruins football like fun. And there you have it, a sport where 300-pound men can legally slam into each other at full speed. But heaven forbid you clap too loud, carry shiny tape, or show emotion. Gotta protect the integrity of the game, right? If you thought these rules were insane, don't worry, we've barely scratched the surface. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what else the NFL apparently finds more dangerous than concussions. And hey, don't spike the like button, or they'll probably flag you for that too.